And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Jim Norton in Baltimore. I think he's playing at the Improv all weekend.
It's a great club. Go see him. It's funny. I'm at the Stress Factory. Go see him.
You're at the Stress Factory this weekend?
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Nice.
How am I going to get down there? I don't have a car in the city. I'll go see you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can I drive down with you? Or are you staying down there?
What do you mean? I'm not staying in the city. I'm going home after this today.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to get down there.
If you want to come down.
Vinny's club rocks.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Vinny is one of the best club owners that I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He is. Never any problem. No, Vinny's a friend of mine. He's a good guy.
Then why are you making that face?
I know.
I remember when he fired me 3 years ago.
That was really convincing as you were giving the blowjob.
No, Vinny is a good guy. He's a funny comic, too.
No, I like Vinny's club a lot. Too. Let's go to back to Dan. Dan?
Yeah.
Is Norton back on?
Nah, it sounds like they're getting ready to come back from commercial here.
Oh, those commercial breaks on regular radio, huh?
Yeah, they stink.
Jesus Christ.
All right, hold on the line. Yeah, I can't even imagine doing commercial radio anymore, sitting through a fucking 12-minute commercial break like we used to have to do. Let's go to Mike. What's up, Mike?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mike.
And, Vos, you're killing in Sugar Tits' place there. You're having a good day.
Gotta love the Vos.
Vos has killed pretty much every time he's been on the new show.
Oh, yeah, he's spectacular.
All right. Thank you. What's up, Mike?
The original story I was going to tell you was, Ant, you've probably been where I used to work. It's in Atlantic City. It starts with a B, and it's not the new one.
Uh-huh. Valleys?
Oh.
There you go.
Of course.
I was a front desk clerk up until recently, and I was just walking through the hallway, checking rooms, minding my own business. I could hear this couple banging from like 5 doors down.
Really?
And I just walked up to the door. I looked at my watch as I'm listening to them bang, and I left after a couple minutes and went back down to the desk, and I looked at the room number. They had been in the room less than 10 minutes.
Getting right to business.
Just walked in, gotten naked, and started getting it done right there.
Yeah, there's something about a hotel room.
And while I was on hold, I thought of stuff actually from working.
Yeah.
You want to hear some whacked out shit about the hotel industry? It just came out. Pick up a book called Hotel Babylon.
Oh, I would love to read that book.
And I know big words are bad with you and everything.
No, I actually understand big words.
I actually have a problem with the small ones too.
I just can't say them at times for whatever reason. But moving the show to 7 to 11 a.m. is going to help me tremendously.
Okay. Well, pick up the book. It's a quickie. It's like 270 pages.
Okay.
And it's an anonymous 5-star hotel manager in London.
Nice.
Books.
And
books are stupid.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on one second, buddy. I'm a little distracted because I want to see if Norton's back on this radio show. Dan.
Yeah.
Are they back?
They're doing traffic and weather, so.
Ugh, another thing we don't have to do, thank God.
Traffic and weather together.
Here's traffic. Remember yesterday? It's the same today.
Same thing.
Well, it wasn't the same yesterday.
If that's not enough, it's sports now.
All right, well, just stay there, dude.
Sorry, dude.
Everyone is showing the video of the little doggy that was loose on the highway today. As a cute little I actually heard the news people like, thank God the dog's okay.
Yeah, he was running from the Poconos.
I mean, if you have driven around New York City,
yeah,
and if you found out that you were 2 hours late for dinner and getting home to your family and stuff because there was a little doggy loose on the highway, so they had to shut down the whole highway, and then they had cops there and they were chasing the dog. If you found out you were late because of a little doggy, you're not sitting there going, thank God they caught the little doggy and he's safe and sound.
I was watching the news last night. I saw the story. They were talking about the dog. He was loose by Yankee Stadium, and he's running up and down this highway. They had to close traffic.
The Major Deegan. Which is just a massive road here in New York.
They had 2 cop cars following the dog, another one in front of the dog, and the dog's just kind of running around all confused. And then, the anchor, the woman said, oh, thank God everything worked out okay and the dog is safe. She then went into a story about how a woman was stabbed and then burned to death without an ounce of concern in her voice. Not an ounce of concern or compassion or anything in her voice. Thank God the dog is okay.
Yeah, thank God.
Stabbed and then set on fire. Didn't care.
My new obsession is just watching local news and how ridiculous it is.
I love it.
And we're slowly but surely bringing it to the program how just ridiculous it really is if you look closely.
Love it.
But they were just so thankful that the dog was okay.
Yeah.
Let's check real quick, see if Jimmy's there.
Dan?
Keep going back and forth, but
Dan?
It's a negative.
No.
It's a negative. All right.
I stink.
When he was talking about these horrible hotels, I mean, I got some. When I took this one girl to one of these really crappy hotels after the bar, and she was so hot, right?
Yeah.
I banged her sister years ago, but this one was the hot one. So I take her to the hotel, and it's like, $30 or $40. So we go within like 2 minutes in the room, 3 minutes. I finished. I came. It was just I couldn't hold back. So I called the front desk and I said I saw a roach, so I can get half my money back. Because I don't want to spend the rest of the night when I was going to get up again. So I go. I just saw roaches. Can I have so I got half the money back.
Can you tell?
I'll tell the one about the other one.
Can you tell my favorite hotel story or the motel story?
Yeah.
My favorite. I don't even care if the faithful listeners have heard it a million times. It's great for the new ones.
Did you go to the front desk with a menorah and matzah in your hand just to really push across that Jew point of yours?
Well, it's not a Jew thing. It's a
Jew thing, you cheap fuck.
No, but I'll drop money all over the place, but just certain, I'll spend $500 on dinner for friends, but pick up golf tees the next day. It's weird stuff. If you shoot a load in 3 minutes, you want some money back. You should win a prize, right? It should be like,
Tell the motel story where you picked up the girl.
Yeah. I picked up this one girl after a show at Rascal South. So I go, let's go to the diner. You always take him to the diner. That's to, get him alone first and to the car or whatever. So we're outside the diner parking lot. We're making out in the car. And she goes, I can't do this here. It's a diner parking lot. I go, okay. So I pull next door into the car wash, right? So she goes, I can't do it here. So I go, okay, well, I know a nice place. Not a nice place. It's just a little dumpy hotel, whatever. And it was on the other side of the highway. I drive there. And it's like a crack hotel, right? I mean, the place doesn't have a car in it. It's like a total...
The parking lot is completely empty.
It's completely empty. So we're in the car fooling around before I go in, and she, gives me a hand job, and I come, right? I have an orgasm. So I'm thinking, well, I'm fucking not going to get a hotel room now.
So
I go, hold on. So I go, well, let me go in and get a room. So I walk in, right? And I come back out, and I look at it, I go, they're all sold out. And she said, "There's no cars." I go, "Yeah, it's a crack hotel. They don't have cars.
They don't drive.
It's all sold out." Oh, and
they've all walked up.
You're such a creep.
But I gave her my CD as a parting gift. I do that to a lot of girls.
She wins.
Here, take a little piece of me home with you.
So, when you hate your life, this can confirm it.
Right. Dan, anything?
Nothing.
See, this is
what are they doing right
about
now?
Commercial radio.
They're doing sports. That's why
they did. So they do.
I don't want to hold the show up, man.
No, you're not. We just got another great little story from Vos there. Yeah, that's the problem though. They do a long commercial break, then they do traffic and weather, then they do sports scores. I hate when regular shows just read the sports scores from the night before.
Why bother? Big Duty's Jay from Jersey. It's not a Jew thing. It's premature ejaculation.
I know. That's what it was.
What was that other feedback you were reading while we were in commercial about the Mount Airy?
Oh,
there was a good one that was kind of funny.
Oh, the guy said he was banging his wife over one of the armrests of the couch at the Caesar's Paradise Stream. And yeah, you know that place, Rich. And he's banging his wife over the armrest, and he looks down and notices what he thinks is a pile of dandruff. And he realized it was jizz flakes. And a little too much air hits, and it gets like the mashed potato flakes. He said there was a pile of it on the floor. This place is a disgusting.
Dan, stay right where you are, all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go to another bank to try to answer more phones, but you'll be in the background. Eric from Colorado, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Last year, my wife and I went up to Niagara Falls on vacation.
Yeah.
And we stayed at the Embassy Suite. Well, right next door to the Embassy Suite is the Minolta Tower.
Uh-huh.
And second night there, we were having sex in the room, and we weren't even thinking about the curtains were open. And all of a sudden, we get a phone call from the hotel phone from the desk clerk.
telling us
Boys, we closed the curtain when we were being kicked out.
Hold on one sec, bro. Hold on. I will go
All
back to you if you could hold on.
We have breaking news. I'm sorry, Eric.
Yes, Dan.
Tell me if it's all right.
Opie and Anthony are how they playing the show? They're holding a phone.
Is that cool?
Oh, they told him.
Hi, boys. I want to say hello to everyone listening around the world then. Yeah. I love Opie and Anthony. First time I met those guys was out at the Grammys.
Is that cool, guys?
Wow.
Yeah, keep it right there.
We were set up in this car where Biggie got shot. You remember that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I remember
Shot
that,
outside this car place. They had all these nice cars inside his building. Peterson's Car Museum or something.
That's right.
But all the
Broadcast
DJs were
from
set up,
where
and then
Biggie
they'd
was
bring
shot. Forgot about
like
that.
all these
That
washed-up
dice there.
actors. Dionne
Yeah.
Warwick would come through, and Fred, whatever his name is.
Were they there because he got shot, or is it just a coincidence?
He got shot many years after.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we were set up there for the Grammys, and they were hanging out. They were good guys. Very cool. And then we did the Sam Adams thing.
yeah, numerous
Just
years.
scared Darvin Conger into tears.
Yeah,
Wow,
Opie and
this guy
Anthony
was-
also had like a little Sam Adams relationship, which backfired slightly.
It's a small one.
Yeah.
It's a small one.
Slight little misstep, boys.
Hello to XM Nation.
Forgive us, Jim, for we have sinned.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back on, and they play us all day, so we get
listen,
replayed 24 hours.
Oh,
Great.
great. So we'll get to hear these segments over and over again.
Yeah. You guys turn it on later. You'll hear it, I think 5 more replays.
Now, if they got those hacks, we can get on there.
Well,
You definitely get on there.
And since we're a union, don't we have to be paid to be on there?
I don't care.
Well, they do this a lot. I'm sure they'll be cutting you a check right now. I mean, I'm sure Opie's writing a check.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
We're stealing Norton. Thanks, guys.
Jim Norton at the Baltimore Improv.
The talented one.
410-727-8500. Give him a call, make some reservations, and go see a very funny show this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Although, if you don't like filthy, awful humor, don't come. Last time I did JoJo and Kenny, and they're nice guys.
Right.
But they just attract a bunch of fat housewives, and I get a couple of walkouts. So this is what I'm a German pornography with a microphone. If that appeals to you, if you don't like that type of humor, just wait till next week. I'm sure Pablo Francisco will be here or something.
Cookity crackety. Hey, so what happens on a walkout? Do you bust on them, or do you just let them?
If they're quiet, I let them go.
Not me.
I don't care. Go. Just
If he
leave.
hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you say? You're the German pornographer of comedy?
No, I'm German pornography with a microphone. It's like, if you've ever seen German
filthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Filthy.
Wow, she's eating that. Yeah, German porn. Lovely.
So, yeah, I guess, JoJo and Kenny would bring out a crowd that wouldn't be ready for that.
Well, I had to do a phoner with them, actually. I used to go in and see them and then come see you, but I think I got close to a couple of times having the dump button pushed. They just finally panicked.
Yeah.
They're nice guys. But, who's the big guy? The fat one? Kenny. Kind of just sits there like Larry Flint. He's
He lost some weight, though.
Yeah. He's down to svelte 480. He's fantastic.
Keep it up, boys.
So cricket, our pal. That's great.
Kind of show up
Dan.
Yeah.
I want to hear a little more, and then we'll dump out.
Okay.
We don't want to hear prostitute jokes or prostitute references.
Suppose you had to do a 45-minute clean set.
I can do it without the language, but if you don't want any type of domestic violence humor, I can't do that. I can't do anything without, there's got to be a little wife beating in there. I mean, to kind of keep everything balanced. But no, I can't do 45 good clean minutes. No, I can't. I don't want to.
Have you ever been married?
Yes, you can.
No, absolutely not.
Have you ever been close to marriage?
I have never not cheated. No, I've never even been close to marriage, ever.
And do you tell girls, if you're starting to get close with them, you say, I've never not cheated?
No, you kind of lie. I'm like, nah, I used to be pretty good. I always tell them, I had girls go, can you be faithful? I'm like, oh, yeah, I can be faithful for a long time. I think 6 months is the longest I've ever gone. And then after the first real argument, you know what I mean, I'd pull over somewhere, just 20. Pray God, she's a girl.
It's called a rest area.
Yeah, you had an That's a experience.
Big back. Yeah. True story. Yeah, true story with a transgender friend. It happens, it doesn't make you gay.
Some people will kick that person's ass, almost to kill him.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I kind of wish I would have realized it after because it was so fantastic. It was like a really an award-winning Hummer, and I kind of wish I would have recognized it after. But God, that was so good. Why didn't I know it after I'd done it? We could have laughed it off. It was so good.
Jimmy's funny.
Silly goose.
I feel a little jealous.
I know.
That type of thing, It always pops up at the inopportune time.
Yeah. And I think before that I possibly had one. I just didn't know that, let's just say I wasn't aware of silicone injections in the chest.
Yeah.
So I would always check that way. I knew they existed, but I would always check that way and go, oh, okay, you're female.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about the silicone. I was 19, and then this New Brunswick cop goes, well, they get implants. Like, there's a fake. They get hormone injections. I'm like, ugh. And I kind of look back on one. I go, a bit iffy. That could have been something.
Yeah, Adam and Eve's apple.
Yeah,
it's Adam's apple.
Yeah, she looked like Larry Fishburne in Apocalypse Now. Kind of smooth. She had a very nice jawline.
He's comedian Jim Norton, Baltimore Improv at Power Plant Live. Check him out.
Why doesn't Norton ever talk about when he went back?
Dan, hold on. Dan, that rocks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Huge pickup for us. Thank you so much.
Hey, love you guys, man.
That was thanks. That was like a friendly assault on the media.
Yeah, there you go.
It's we like getting our names out there, and those guys did a great job with Jim. And wow, cool. I feel a little jealous though.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of cool because we have actually figured out a way to waste time on the show, get paid, and have other people actually doing a show.
Yeah.
Like, we put a whole nother show on our show where we sit back, don't do anything. We're still getting paid, and the time ticks by.
And the listeners are still enjoying it.
The listeners are enjoying it. Jimmy's there.
Sure.
So it's kind of familiar.
Jimmy's still part of the show.
I think Regan's on Alice in the Morning in San Francisco right now.
Let's go there.
If somebody could call us up and put the phone to their speaker. We should just do that for the whole show. Play other people's shows with people we know on them.
Well, if you know where this bit could go. Those guys definitely do a good job, and they have a name in the business. And I do remember meeting them now that...
we did a couple of, 2 remote broadcasts with those guys.
That's where the same place where we met Dice years ago.
Yeah.
I forgot. It was at the Car Museum in L.A. And it was one of these things. They just set up all the radio stations, one after another. And these B, C-list celebrities go from one station to another, and they finally get to you. And cool.
I was just at the Tolerance Museum with my kids. We walked out. I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is, if there's really, really bad morning shows in your area, that could be fun to listen to.
That could be fun to listen to. Some of the real youngsters hacking it up all morning here in the Quad Cities. Something really bad.
We found today's bit.
Yeah.
Call us up with the bad morning shows.
Let's hear your morning radio show.
And I want to make it perfectly clear what we just heard wasn't a bad show.
No.
And that was cool. And thank God the Vos is killing today, or that would have really hurt.
I've done radio shows with live audience. There was a guy in D.C. with a live audience. It's all old ladies that's sitting there.
We were thinking about that concept, but I don't know.
No, but this was in studio.
No, I know. We were thinking like...
And they'd serve breakfast to them.
Yeah, we were thinking like do a Friday show where we invite listeners in. No, an actual where they could really look in, but I don't know.
But your listeners are cool. They're not old ladies that get offended. Your listeners know what they're coming to hear.
They're old ladies that are goers. Sure.
Hey, let's get back to Eric in Colorado. Eric.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey. Anyhow, like I said, my wife and I were staying at the Embassy Suites at Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And the hotel that's next to us is the one that's, I think it's the Motel Tower that has the revolving restaurant. And our room, we were like, I don't know, 24th or 25th floor or something like that. And I was sitting in a chair. My wife comes up naked, and we started having sex. She was sitting on my lap. And we got a call from the front desk. The restaurant manager... The patrons of the restaurant were complaining about a couple having sex with the windows open or the curtains open, and they could see it, and they were, they didn't like seeing that while they were eating.
See, who would complain? Who's complaining?
Well,
I'm a big time voyeur, man. Who would complain over that?
Even worse is when we were done, I got up to go to the bathroom. My wife grabbed this vibrator that we brought with us, turned around, and she sat down in the chair, opened the curtain, and faced the outside of the window, started playing herself with the vibrator.
Oh, what a team player.
20 minutes, we had somebody beating on the door. It was hotel security, and it said, "You've got 10 minutes." And I said, "For what? We're not doing anything."
Oh,
yeah. And the guy's like, we just got this clean. And I says, "You're welcome to come in here and look around." The guy come walking in that time frame. I had taken the vibrator. When I come out and I saw what she was doing, as soon as I heard the knock on the door, my wife ran in the bathroom with the vibrator and closed and locked the door. The security guard walked through, couldn't find any sex toys. The curtains were closed. He says, "I don't know what the hell happened." He walked out, and the last thing he said to me, he turned away, he says, "Next time, I don't care what, you're gone."
Get the vibrator sniffing dog. Oh, it's in here.
All right. Thank you.
The restaurant had a run on clams during that whole period, too. It was like a subliminal thing. I don't know why, but I'll have the clam.
Let's go to Allentown. It's Keith. Hey, Keith.
Hey, Hope. And
Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
Hey.
Hey, I've got the Bearman and Keith on the radio. I think you know who the Bearman is, don't you?
Yeah, I worked with the Bearman in Buffalo.
You did?
All right, hang on. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Let's give a listen.
Oh, of course, it's commercials now.
Oh, really?
It's regular
Yeah,
radio.
put me on
Of course
hold.
it's commercial.
Put me on hold and come back.
Did they just go to commercials?
Yeah, they just went to commercial.
All right, we'll check in about 15 minutes.
Is there Allentown Radio? This is Allentown Radio?
You know, there's not many guys I'll abuse in this business, and Bearman's one of them. He was just, he was great to me.
Wait, there's not many guys you would abuse.
I wouldn't abuse.
Are you abusing him or not?
I'm sorry, wouldn't abuse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Bearman's one of them. I was just a punk when I was starting out in radio in Buffalo, and he was the morning guy, and he was like beyond cool to me.
Really?
So I don't know what kind of show he does. We'll take a listen. You know?
In Allentown.
In Allentown, yeah. That's the show I used to do the Spuds Buckley on, by the way.
Oh, really?
John in Minnesota, what's up?
Hey, Owen, hey.
Hey.
Hey, Slobber Top.
Hey, what's going on?
I used to work road construction, and we'd stay in flea-bag hotels all over the place. There was one place in southern Minnesota, it was just a complete shithole. You could hear the guys in the other room snoring at night, and you'd get secondhand smoke creep through the cracks in the walls.
Yeah.
But one night, I peeled back the blanket on the bed, and the sheets were all worn thin, and there was a 2-foot blood stain on the middle of the mattress.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
I don't know if they did it at home partial birth or what.
Wow.
Man, that is awful.
All right, thank you, John.
Yeah.
One of the best hotel stories I have involved my sister, my brother-in-law, my grandma. I think that was it. My dad was having open heart surgery the first time in New Haven, Connecticut. Great veterans hospital up there. So we had to camp out in this horrendous motel. No one was making money to really get a nice place, whatever. So we camped out in this place, just this roadside, right off 95 motel, and we're in the motel room. And my sister and my grandma were sharing a bed because my sister wasn't married to my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law and I had to share, this bed, which we refused to do. I ended up sleeping on the floor. So I'm sleeping on the floor because I just did my BAB show, I think, and went right up there to, make sure Pops is all right and all that. So I'm on the floor. My future brother-in-law is in the bed. And then in the next bed is my grandma, who's since passed, with my sister, doing the rosary beads and explaining the whole rosary beads thing with her. Having a nice little moment, grandma and granddaughter. Mm-hmm. And in the room next to us, it had to be like a trucker that had porn blaring, the worst porn you could imagine in a hotel. It wasn't this soft shit that you get in the hotel rooms in New York City. Just unbelievable. Fuck me harder, coming right through the walls because it's like paper thin. Then he's having some kind of phone sex with somebody else, and then later on in the night, someone bangs on the room and it's some hooker that showed up. So he was just having a 3-ring fucking porno circus next door as my grandma is teaching my sister the rosary beads. Oblivious to what's going on in the next room.
Wow.
Absolutely oblivious. And me and my future brother-in-law going, oh, my God, can you believe what is going on here?
I love those nasty old... the motel rooms, the ones with the wood paneling, and stuff. Those are the ones you really get the sleaze in. And the guy brought up a good point with the blood stain. He said the sheets were thin. You ever get those where the sheets are worn thin? They're that old that they're just worn thin. You get regular television. It's not even hooked up to anything. The bad shower with no pressure and the cold water, and it just stinks in there. Shag carpet, awful place.
Have you ever got where in the bathroom they put a paper bath mat?
Yeah.
When you get out, paper instead of a towel on the floor. There's paper and
They have those paper things available in the bathroom to put on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you're not washing, you're not cleaning this thing?
You got to run the coffee through the pot 40 times to make sure there's no, someone didn't drop one in the coffee pot.
The guy that works the desk is the guy that goes around and cleans the rooms.
Oh.
So, what kind of a job is he doing?
Yeah. It's a bed and breakfast, too.
I had to stay at a place like that in Long Island after I was told not to return to my house a couple of times, and I was at that place. You know that place, Opie, right there on 25A. It's kind of by your house. It's by that Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah. That's not a bad place, is it?
Dude, it's one of those flea bag paneling hotels. It's awful. I'm used to a certain lifestyle. Nice hotels. Walk in there and it's.
I got 2 free nights. I'm staying at Sunday and Monday at the W. I got 2 free nights at the Carlisle.
Ooh, look at you. Let's go back to Keith. Keith?
Hey, Hope.
Anything going on?
Yeah, they're the tail end of Mama, I'm Coming Home by Ozzy Osbourne, everybody. So give it about 2 more minutes and we should be there.
We got a guy in New Hampshire's got a show,
yeah,
maybe?
let's go there. Well, we are looking for other radio programs for this channel. This could be a way to kind of...
A little audition.
Instead of them sending in a demo tape, we see what they could do on any given moment.
Right.
See how good they really are, because most radio guys, they put demo tapes together and they only give
their best stuff.
The best stuff, and then you hire them and realize, oh my God, they only had 5 minutes of really good stuff.
They shot their load.
Let's go to Tony. What's up, Tony?
Hey, yeah, I got this crappy morning show in New Hampshire, yeah.
All right.
All right, hold on.
What's it
called?
called?
This American Idol thing. We'll see what they got going.
All right, let's go with.
Not only do they confirm the 2 shows with the Black Crows at the casino on May 13th and 14th. Tickets go on sale next Friday the 25th, by the way, just so that you know, because everybody's going crazy over that show. Also announced right here, Motorhead.
I think they're done. They're plugging shows in the area.
Well, let's listen to them.
All right. Scotty and says, hey, you know any bands that would like to open up for Motorhead? And Scotty, I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
He made a few phone calls yesterday, tried to get together a band, and he's going for it.
Could you stop?
I'm trying to.
We had his finger up to the second digit, up his nose. Anyway.
He was giving himself the nasal shock.
Roadkill is going to be on stage opening up for Motorhead. His hero, Lemmy. Yeah. Not only that, Lemmy joins us in about 5 minutes. Stick around because Lemmy from Motorhead is next on the bus.
Oh, my God. We got to listen to that, Tony.
Lemmy.
This is
We're getting the O&A leftovers. Watch out.
Can you hold on so we could hear a little Lemmy? Or you want to call back?
Yeah, I can try.
Or you want to just call back? You want us to call you? Hold on the line. We'll figure something out.
I hate when our listeners have lives and things.
I know.
Do.
We got
you
something.
Just stay on the phone for hours?
We got something in common with that little station, New Hampshire, man. We talked to Lemmy when we were in L.A. Let's go back to Keith in Allentown. Keith.
Yeah, we're back into music, man. You just missed this Tom Brokaw bit. They do a pretty good Tom Brokaw bit.
You told us 2 minutes.
It's music again. That's the bitch about listening to Fairman and Keith. They're funny, but they're always jamming the tunes. That's the problem.
All right.
Can we try another day, maybe?
What?
Because I know you're going into Lemmy, right? You're going to be going into that interview with Lemmy.
Well, you want to call back? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give it a little bit.
All right,
see if I can call back, get him in a talking moment.
Or do you want to just hang on the line? And we don't want to waste your cell phone bill, but...
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a call back.
All right, cool. All right,
later.
Keith will call us back. I'd like to hear the Bear Man. I haven't heard him in years.
Wanted to hear their little Brokaw bit.
Yeah.
I know.
He was a bad man on the streets.
Huh?
That guy was a bad man on the street guy.
Well, why don't we take a break, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, Norton's not here today. Vos is filling in, doing a great job. And Norton's playing the Improv in Baltimore. And I guess as we go to break, we can play something from Yellow Discipline.
Yeah,
less work for us.
Sure.
That's the goal today now.
Goal today is let other people do the work.
That's all right. So
let everyone else do the heavy lifting.
Today?